can't believe it. He really is the best. I actually am all in. He's like over the it's a circle, you know, I'm all the way back around. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the pregame show.
Let's go.
Friday night at the DNVR Bar with the fellas. A little three-man game tonight. A little three-man weave.
Let's go, dude. Yeah, you're with the fellas. Yeah.
No, man, we got it's going to be a good one tonight. Unless, of course, the Nuggets let us down. They take on the Sacramento Kings, who are looking to light the beam. The Nuggets looking to prevent that. We're going to break all that down. We're going to give Hangover Takes. I actually got a chance to really go in. I was making clips. I don't know if I'll end up to release the clips I have, but I have some clips of last night's game we'll talk about. And then we'll talk about potential first round matchups, because believe it or not, the Kings right now are matched up with the Nuggets if the playoffs were to start today. To help me out, the mustache man himself, Brendan Vogt.
Fellas, I was not feeling it today. I had a bit of a Lakers win hangover. You know what I mean? Big day last night felt like my Friday. You know what I'm saying? And so I wasn't feeling it all day.
Are you our Jamal Murray?
A little bit. You guys know that. And I got a lift ride over here, and I thought I heard. What is that? Is that Creed in the background? It was Creed, and the Lyft driver cranked it up.
Whoa.
And now I'm here. Like, now it's a Friday night. Now I'm ready to party.
Do you ever notice Scott Stapp does this one every time? He just always does that.
Might do that tonight.
Non-stop. Just do a bunch of those.
Yeah.
Another man who's created his own prison. It's D-Line Co. That's a Creed song. I don't know if anybody knows this. Really torn on using that or not.
Created my own prison? Well, I mean, I have, but they have. I don't know anything about Creed. I do know one thing about Creed. They fucking suck. I'm so glad that they brought you back to us, Brendan Vogt, though. Let's go, buddy.
You've never
an emotional,
you know?
Emotional hangover. I'm feeling it. You're feeling it. You know who else is probably going to be feeling it?
Do you guys remember when we had the jukebox and the people would
Yes.
play Puddle of Mud every single night? We'd get Puddle of Mud.
Puddle of Mud.
That was the worst era, except for that it gave us Peaches.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They give us that, which is good. We don't have that song yet this year. The Nuggets in Sacramento. A weird road trip, how they go to LA, then to Sacramento, and then to Milwaukee. Very, not like exactly on the way, any of those, but we're in the middle of it, so we got Sacramento. What can you tell us, Vogt?
Well, here's what I can tell you, and you're not going to love it. We've got some fellas out tonight. The Denver Nuggets will be missing Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, right hamstring tightness. So much for the hopes that was just a cramp. A couple of games now for KCP that he's missed. Again, right hamstring tightness. Michael Porter Jr. also popped up as probable on the injury report with right knee tendinopathy with a right knee injury, but he's out. He's not probable. He is out. The Denver Nuggets tweeted that out themselves.
Wait, KCP and MPJ both out? No TLAs?
The three-letter acronyms, they're out. Yeah, it's bad. Dude, there are so many people out there that say we don't mirror the Nuggets starting five exactly.
But we kind of do. Dude, you're right. We got the big three. We're just missing our floor spacers.
That's right. Dude, that's a great point. They're going to love that.
They're not watching.
Two other fellows
Denver Harrison watching right now. Come on.
Good point. Two other fellows were probable that are playing. DeAndre Jordan popped up on the injury report, left foot soreness. He's good to go. And then Jamal Murray was listed as probable as well with bilateral tibia inflammation, but he is playing.
Dude, I love medical corner.
Medical corner. Brendan Vogt, huh? Ooh, these are some big words.
I love that we're always like, when they leave it vague, lower body injury. Like, come on!
Yeah.
How are you so vague? And then they give us the actual thing. We're like, what the hell is that?
I was just about to say, like, I've never wished that we were covering hockey more.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a lower body reason. What do you want from me? Okay, for the Kings, Chris Duarte is out with an ankle sprain, and that's about it. The Sacramento Kings, as Adam alluded to, sit 7th place right now. Out west, 29-21. They've lost their last 2, but they are 6-4 in their last 10.
Who'd they lose to?
In their last 2 games? I don't know, man.
I got you.
You tell me. You've got a computer.
What's with the 20 questions?
Yeah. I'm over here
I was trying
collecting
to figure
medical
out if they're
data.
like good losses or bad
Well,
losses.
let's pull up
They
their
lost
schedule.
At
You're trying to
Cleveland.
find out.
Actually, at Cleveland, that's a good loss. Cleveland's beating
Cleveland is
everybody
beating
right now.
everyone.
And then Detroit at home.
Oh, that's
They
not a
lost
good
to
one.
Detroit at home, 133 to 120.
Not a lot,
That's not a good
of data to pull from those 2 losses.
Man, and they can't even blame that one on Monte Morris.
Nope.
No Cade Cunningham in that game, although have you seen that they actually win without Cade Cunningham?
Oh,
Might
no.
be his fault. I
Oh,
don't
no.
know. Yeah. So there you go. Have they been off for the longest time, too? Is that the other piece of this? Nope, just one night off. All right. Well, what are you looking for in this one, D-Line?
Well, I mean, like this is going to be a big emotional hangover check-in for the Denver Nuggets. That was a big win last night. That was nationally televised. They became, once again, confirmed the daddy of Los Angeles. It was so awesome in so many ways, and I felt like you did, Vogt. Like today, I was just kind of like, like I just spent all of my positive brain chemicals last night, and I just woke up today just yearning for Creed, as I'm sure the Nuggets, Murray, Jokic, were all looking at each other, wondering if Scott Stapp was going to show up in their lives. But you just don't know with this squad. Like, they are unequivocally good enough to win any game. But this is second night of a back-to-back, emotional letdown. This one gives me a little consternation, a little pause.
Like, consternation or resignation, would you say?
I'm consterned.
You're more concerned than resigned. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I think I think a lot of it's going to be up to Jamal Murray. You know, we can pencil Jokic in, I think, for some kind of positive impact. Sorry if that's too hot of a take. And Jamal Murray was awesome against the Lakers. I know some commenters disagreed. I thought that was crazy. I thought he was awesome.
I saw that in the comments too, and I went back and watched it because I was like, did I miss something?
One person.
He looked even better in the rewatch. I was like, what are we talking about?
Somebody was down on Jamal Murray's performance.
One person.
But I mean,
if you check the comment section to literally any show, there's always one person that has
the trick is to not do that. But here's the question: will Jamal Murray do it 2 nights in a row? And because the Denver Nuggets are going to need it without KCP, without MPJ. And just they're going to need an offensive punch here. And so how much energy does Murray have? Defensively as well, will he be tested without KCP out there? I mean, we'll see. I'll see if I can find the starters actually
this is a tough
while
one.
I'm talking.
Well, here's what I'm excited for. I'm excited for the potential of playing more minutes with Christian Brown and Peyton Watson with Nikola Jokic. Tonight feels like, if not starting, there's 2 spots. You figure one of them will start, if not both. If I were Michael Malone, you know how he likes to keep the bench together? Tonight would be a great night to throw those 2 out there and just be like, all right, you guys are out there tonight with AG and Murray and Yoke. Let's see what you can do. And you want to know what I would bet on? That group getting a lot of stops.
Well, we do have starters really quick, so it's going to be
Drum roll.
Jamal Murray.
Yes.
The fireman at the 2.
All right.
Peyton Watson.
All right.
Aaron Gordon. Nikola Jokic.
Well, we get half of what we wanted, I suppose.
But, I mean, yeah, you didn't expect that?
I did expect it. I was just hoping it would be Christian because I do think it would be good. This would be like a perfect night to get those guys like minutes with Murray and Yoke and AG who do, you know. I just feel like those are encouraging minutes for a young guy to get because it's like, oh man, those guys do everything. I just have to do my job over here.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, we'll probably see some staggered minutes, and that's what tonight's all about. To me, yes, we want to see if they can get the win. Yes, we want to see how Murray and Jokic and Aaron Gordon play, but I do feel like this means 25-plus minutes tonight for both Christian Brown and Peyton Watson. And for that, I'm excited. And they have some guys to guard, man. This is a very tough team to guard.
Yeah, now I really wish Christian Brown was in the starting lineup because I just think you're going to want him. Justin Holiday obviously is not like a slouch defensively, but wouldn't you think that there are some matchups you'd like Christian Brown to take care and it'd be fun for him to get those minutes?
Yeah, Swipa is going to be a tough... De'Aaron Fox. I was thinking the lockdown. Not Swiper Cam. He is a tough matchup for everybody, I think, on the internet. But in real life, Swipa, De'Aaron Fox is going to be that's where you want KCP, is to be able to get Jamal Murray off of
the fireman's going to be guarding. That is so weird.
Yeah, it's
34-year-old Justin Holiday is going to be guarding De'Aaron Fox.
That's going to be a tough one. I'm not looking forward to that one. I'll say that.
All right, what a weird game. All right, who's going to eat tonight, guys? It's time for the Circle K. Who's going to eat? Of course, at Circle K, they've got all the best snacks that you know. They've also got their own line of snacks. Who's eating tonight, Vogt?
Well, real quick, I've been eating the milk chocolate covered almonds.
Is that where
Circle
they're
K
gone?
Snack. Yeah. You're not supposed to eat them instead of meals, I'm learning.
Really?
But I've been doing that.
Dude, what do you mean instead? That is a meal.
That's a good point. I'm going to go with Peyton Watson because,
Is that was yours?
So of course it was mine.
Now you're going to have to say Jokic, you loser. I want to go with Peyton Watson. I think, last night he figured it out in crunch time at the last, but it was not the best Peyton Watson effort. And I say that because happily the bar is pretty high these days, right? Thankfully the bar is pretty high. So can he bring it a little more tonight? He's going to have to watch his fouls because Denver's going to need him on the floor. So can he defend at a high level? Can he defend without fouling? And then can he score a little bit? Because the Nuggets are going to need some punch here. And I wonder if Peyton can bring it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll go Jokic. I think
Nikola
Jokic.
You loser.
Well, all right, fine.
No, you can take him though. Honestly, if you think he's going to especially eat. I don't want you claiming victory if he gets 25 points
What
tonight.
am I supposed to do in this situation?
You're supposed to say who's going to eat more than typical.
All right, fine. You know what? Jamal Murray's going to eat.
25
Jamal
to 10.
Murray is going to eat tonight. Jamal Murray, I am manifesting that Jamal Murray has turned a corner, that he has become playoff Murray, that he's become bubble Murray, that he's become finals Murray. And last night just reminded him, it gives him that rush of adrenaline that reminds him, that he was snubbed by himself to be an all-star. He's good enough. He's smart enough. God damn it, I love him. I just think we're going to see Jamal Murray, feel the weight of the beam tonight and come through for the Nuggets. Jamal Murray, that's my guy.
This is a Kentucky fest tonight with Malik Monk, De'Aaron Fox, Trey Lyles, and of course Jamal Murray. I wonder if there's any others. No, it doesn't look like it. So there is a lot of Kentucky men out on the court tonight.
Kentucksman.
We'll see if he steps up. I'm going to go with Aaron Gordon. Harrison, some teams play small at the 4. Harrison Barnes is a little bit small. Vasenkov comes in. You guys remember him, man? He's got the little curl. Yeah. He looks like Elvis a little bit. Trey Lyles, of course, their main guy. AG way too strong and tough for all of those guys. So I think AG, should he choose to, he'll eat tonight.
That's a great one.
What will he eat? We don't know. Guys, we talked about having a hangover, real and otherwise. I watched the game last night, or rewatched the game last night, and I walked away very impressed with our Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, how could you not?
Oh, the hangover takes here. Some of the things that stood out to me, first of all, I thought Murray really was good throughout all of this game. And even Yoke, I thought, picked his spots a lot better in this one. I think what he had was a really bad first quarter. And it wasn't even a bad first quarter. He had 5 or 6 plays that were, I would say, inexcusably bad.
Sloppy.
Sloppy, where you're just like, man, Yoke, how do you miss a play like that? Sometimes he'll try to thread the needle or something, but he had a couple where he just threw it to the defense, and you're like, what do you see? But outside of that, I actually thought he controlled way more of the game. The Lakers coming back a little bit, so maybe it didn't feel like it. But I think he actually controlled most of the game. And then the Nuggets close to that game, of course, was even more impressive than it felt live. It was just a total... I think if you were on the other side of that, if you were a Lakers fan watching the close of that game, you probably walked away feeling hopeless. Yeah. Not like, oh man, that team beat us, they beat us down. You feel like felt like they could do that when they want. Like they just snapped their fingers and did what they wanted, and I actually think that is what happened.
There is an inevitability to the Denver Nuggets in the golden era. It's what we used to feel against the Warriors. It's what we used to feel against a lot of the top teams. They really, truly can just turn it on. That 2-man game has been said ad nauseum. It just gets proven over and over again. It's literally unstoppable. And it's, what are you going to do?
Just because it's small and we actually didn't mention it on the show, DeAndre Jordan had some decent minutes. Initially, they weren't great, but he actually ended up giving Denver some good minutes off the bench. So I just wanted to shout that out. But yeah, I think your point, that's how the playoff series went too, right? This game is seemingly competitive because the Lakers really want it and they're playing really hard, and then Denver presses the big red win button. Boop. And they have that button, man, and it's... the best teams in recent memory have all had it, and Denver does, I think, for 2 years in a row now. And so obviously the Lakers aren't the measuring stick, but when they had, extra motivation to win a game, and it was close and it was winnable in clutch time, and you just see the Nuggets just decide actually different levels to this.
Truly to them, that was an emotional playoff game. They wanted that game so badly for reasons on and off the court. We spent all summer hearing about how LeBron and AD have been talking because the Nuggets couldn't keep the name out their mouth, and they were going to and then obviously it's Kobe Bryant night, this, that, and the other, nationally televised. They wanted that game so badly, and it's just like being held, just a palm on their forehead. They just couldn't get close enough. It's hilarious. I love it. I love this era. I never want to leave it.
Yoke did a great job setting the passes up. The Nuggets, I thought, did a great job of getting... One of the things that I think is most encouraging whenever you go back and rewatch games and cut clips is when Denver is able to go to the same actions throughout the game and get different looks every time. Like, meaning you go to an action and you know the defense is going to adjust to it, but you are prepared for those adjustments, and then you go straight to yours. And Denver had multiple of those. I mean, they ran the rip DHO action in the fourth quarter a lot, but they also ran this ram action like 8 times in the game, and they got something different every time. You know, the behind-the-back Justin Holiday one, that came off of that action, but they ran it a bunch of other times, and it was always like the defense was like, oh, okay, they do that, we'll go here.
Right.
And then this is open. It's like, oh, okay, well, then this, and then that's open. And that's where I always feel the best is because as a defense, you're just like, man, it's like whack-a-mole. You're just like, there's too many options off of everything they do that we're just running.
I mean, truly the most beautiful play that just typifies the difference between having Nikola Jokic on your team and not having Nikola Jokic on your team in the biggest moments is when the white guy on the Lakers tried to
Austin Reeves.
Thank you. Austin Reeves tries to sneak in, steal the ball from Jokic, just whoop, and then lifts the ball, just throws it right to the guy that he left wide open to try and essentially triple team Jokic. Michael Porter Jr. wide open, strokes the three, no issue, no drama.
But by the way, can I just say something? After the game, Jokes asked about that one, says he didn't see him coming, didn't hear anything, just sensed it, which I believe, but also is like, in a way, sort of self-denigrating, like, hey, man, look, it's not that deep. I just kind of knew he was cut, like, that amount of time lends itself to it, which I love. As opposed to say, a really impressive LeBron pass where he tips it like this and then another angle shows him what I thought very clearly.
His hands
whatever.
trying
in 50-50, you can say whatever you want. But I just love that LeBron, rather than do the yoke, like, hey, man, look, it worked out, whatever. It's like, no, you guys, how long do I have to play for you not to give me my respect to this or that? I thought it was the lamest thing I've seen a player do
Truly
this year.
the lamest thing of all time.
And also he quote tweeted an account that was like LeBron James history or something like that.
Yeah. He probably follows LeBron James history.
He probably does. Come on, Peyton Watson follows PWAP. It's like, I think all these athletes find the accounts that just stand them and I'm like, hell yeah, that's my guy.
That's right. I actually did follow a D-line account that popped up.
Did you really?
Now that I think about it.
Now that you think about it. You wanted to defend LeBron. Go ahead and go for it.
No, I really don't. That one cracked me up. That one cracked me up today.
There's this genre of tweet where it's like scolding. That's what LeBron was doing. It wasn't like a, hey, guys, I did it on purpose, which would have been regular lame. Instead, it was a, you guys always questioning my greatness. You should know by now how great I am.
That one freeze frame where your head's like this.
Where you're like, where'd the ball go?
Does kind of seem like, obviously, LeBron, one of the best passers of all time.
Right.
And his hands
clasping together, attempting to close on the ball.
It really would be like Steph Curry hitting a half-court three off the glass and then being like, did you call bank? And him being like, how can you question me? How can you, after all the shots I've made, how can you question my shot making?
Oh my God, that's great.
So lame.
You know what? If we're ready to transition into the next segment,
sure.
It is also one of my hangover takes.
Let me hear it. Yeah, of course.
We're doing preferred first round matchups, right?
Oh, the Lakers.
Seriously, though.
They can't, knock on wood, I don't think they could beat Denver.
There's no way they could beat Denver.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. And so I'm looking at it as, I honestly think this is one of Denver's best matchups in the Western Conference. Just
no question.
Matchups. Now, is there more talent on that team than, let's say, the Utah Jazz? Yes, because of their top two, right? But here's what I like. First round, it's the Lakers. You know who can't just kind of take his time getting into that series? Jamal Murray. You know who's going to wake up game one and drop 30? And it's not just about Jamal, it's the Nuggets. I think the Nuggets would be wide awake, eyes wide open for an opportunity to deliver another sweep in the first round against a team that really demands that they just play hard against. But they also have beaten 7 out of the last 7 times. I honestly think the Lakers are a great first round matchup.
How can you say anything to the contrary? The Nuggets truly are the Lakers' daddy at this point. They are the pendulum that swung so heavy to one side for my entire life has swung to the other side with the same amount of force. The Lakers have no chance against the Denver Nuggets at present. They just match up in a way that just, and the worst part is that for them is that they match up in a way that is not just skill based. It is cerebral based. It is like there are just things that the Lakers get so exasperated by Anthony Davis ends up constantly looking back at Jokic, smiling like this motherfucker. Like every time that they play now, you know that they're just like, what are you supposed to do? Like, what are you supposed to do? They have the psychological edge so heavy in that matchup. I pray that this happens.
Because just you're right. Another example of a team that you could play that also has top end talent in that spot is Dallas, right? Like Luka's also one of the best players in the world. Now, I don't think Denver would lose to Dallas at all, but could that one go 5, maybe 6? Because maybe the Nuggets didn't take Game 3 seriously enough or something like that. Maybe. I think they win any of their first round matchups, to be clear. But I can't believe I'm saying this, but a team led by those two players might actually be a great first round matchup.
I think Sacramento is somewhere in the middle. I think New Orleans is scary. Again, I think Denver beats everybody in the first round. Like, we shouldn't be worrying about them losing a first round matchup. But if we're just talking about easiest versus hardest, I think New Orleans has more like, man, that team just got hot that game and made some shots, or Zion drew a bunch of fouls or whatever. They have that. Phoenix obviously is explosive. Sacramento is right in the middle to me because I'm with you. I think the Lakers, Utah, Golden State, those teams are on the lower end. Sacramento's right in the middle. I don't think Sacramento would be the easiest series.
No, not at all.
But I do think Denver would beat them. But I do think that's one where it'd be like, all right, there's going to be adjustments. There's a good coach over there, and I just don't like teams that have sort of the Jokic style to them. I mean, Sabonis has always had good performances against Jokic, so I think Denver wins that one in 6. But it's not 5 or 4.
The other thing that I wouldn't like about that is that they overachieved in the regular season last year and underachieved in the playoff largely because of experience. And they're one of those teams that's like slowly making that climb up the steps. Whether or not they have the talent to get to the levels that Denver ultimately did, I don't think so. But they are maturing, and the things that were previously you could look at as things that you could point to why they would not be able to come out of a series now are like, okay, well, that maybe they won't get so rattled. Maybe they will have a little bit more poise in big moments. So, yeah, I would actually hate that matchup.
You would hate it?
I wouldn't like it. I mean, I want to see them tonight.
Or Phoenix? Easier or harder than that one?
That's a good. I don't know. Those are
your odds of matching up with one of those teams is tough.
The West is stupid. The West is stupid.
Yeah, it really is. The first round's going to be tough, man. I think the East is the same way, though. The East, you're talking about a first round matchup that could be Philadelphia, Miami, Orlando, who's not going to beat anyone, but they're just a tough defense. They're hard nosed, and then the Pacers, who play a track meet. I just think the East is also going to have a good first round.
And that stuff matters, man. No contender in either conference. You don't want to go 6 or 7 in that first round if you can avoid it. And I do think there are going to be some landmines out there in the first round this year.
All right, everybody, let's open up the Bet365 Never Ordinary Sports app, and let's turn our full attention to...
Oh, boy. All right. Well, the Nuggets, unfortunately, tonight are underdogs. They are underdogs. We talked about this early on.
So comfortable.
I thought for sure there was no way that the Denver Nuggets in the year 2024 of our Lord would be underdogs to anybody. But the Denver Nuggets are now actually +3 on the road. When we first looked at this, they were +2.5. So it's going even heavier, I guess, against them. I mean, I certainly understand the rationale. Like, I don't love, like, truth be told, like, I don't love this game for the Denver Nuggets tonight. I don't feel that comfortable about it just because of all of the things going against them. The most of which, obviously, is the fact that it's the second night of a back-to-back against a big game last night. So I'm a little nervous there. I'm staying away from any points. The over-under 230.5. I don't know. What do you guys sense? Do you think, like...
I could see very little defense being played tonight. One, because that's not the Kings' forte. And 2, because the Denver Nuggets just played last night and they're down some key players.
You're not playing Aaron Gordon at center tonight, so you're going to have your bench lineup with DeAndre Jordan. That probably didn't go that great.
So you would take the over?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm in love with the bet either way, but I think if presented with that bet, I would probably say over.
Yeah, yikes. All right, well, let's just get it out of the way. I consulted Dev for the lock. Why would you not? Dev
lock right away up the front.
Yeah, huh? Come on. I mean, really, people tuning out. We have to keep people paying attention.
So true, King.
The lock. Jokic rebounds, over 12 and a half. 13 rebounds is what Dev believes is a lock. I looked up the historical data. Last time that these two matched up, Jokic did get 13 rebounds. The two previous matchups, though, he got 9 and 8 respectively. And then the time before that, he got like 18. So
what is it, man? Dev
up against Sabonis.
Dev sometimes has, man, he's giving you the locks today. It's on your record. He's like, this will
he's
never
like,
end.
yeah, right, because he's off tonight.
Unbelievable. He
This
would
is
do
unbelievable.
that to you.
Although, I like Jokic against Sabonis just sort of in general. I feel like that is a rebounding matchup that he can really take advantage of. He's just bigger than Sabonis, even though Sabonis is quite tenacious. To that end, I think I like Jokic bets are kind of across the board tonight. I think that it's really going to be on Nikola Jokic to do everything. Whether or not he's up for it or not kind of is irrelevant and immaterial at this point in time. He just kind of does things that are presented to him, even if he's not coming out with his full heart behind it. So I'm going to go Jokic. I think I'll probably go points plus rebounds tonight for him. His points are set at, let's see here.
30 and a half
30
points.
and a half. My God, dude. I would probably take it, though. Like, Jokic, it's going to be on Jokic. Jamal Murray's points are set to 25 and a half. I feel actually probably pretty good about that also. I feel like those two, rediscovered themselves a little bit last night and probably want to keep that gravy train rolling a little bit. To that end, I think also Murray threes is another place I would look. Over 2.5. The juice is not that great, minus 166. But his stroke looked great last night. He was feeling comfortable and he was knocking them down.
One bet that has caught my eye is over 11.5 points for Reggie Jackson.
Not the one I thought. Okay, Reggie. Yeah,
Okay.
I can see a Reggie game.
I just feel like I disappointed my dad.
no, I mean,
what I mean?
I thought we had a moment, but we didn't.
He's like, "Oh, you're going to join the baseball team?" Oh, no.
I like 11.5 points for Peyton Watson. Look, they're down their shooters tonight. He's going to play a lot of minutes. And if you play minutes with Jokic as a long athletic cutter, guess what happens? You score a lot of points. That's my own personal lock tonight.
Yeah, I was just
Peyton
looking.
Watson, 11.5.
I think that's beautiful. I love that play. Peyton Watson over 1.5 threes.
I'm just worried about the three because the threes are the
154.
one thing you can't, is he going to do it? I don't know.
He's going to get a lot of playing time tonight. This does feel like a P-Watt night.
You
Let's
know
check
what?
out
I'm
the
taking
blocks.
the puppies. I got 6.5 for Christian Brown too. I think he also gets some easy cheapies tonight.
I think I could see it. I could definitely see it.
Those are going to be my bets that I rock with. And then the last one, Yoke triple-double. You just think about this. You think about this because they have it at plus 265, which I love that value there. They have it where if you're the other team and you look at this and you go, they don't have their shooters tonight, double Yoke, hard double. He's got no one to kick it out to. And while I think that's probably true as a strategy, I also think it means he's going to have a lot of setting the table for guys to get open looks. And I think he gets the triple-double.
Yeah,
we
Peyton
got
Watson block over 0.5, minus 238.
I saw that too, and I was like, man, just give us 2, man. I want to know what 1.5 is. So
for real.
it's insane. They know he's
Super
going to block.
chat from Liz, LA. DNVR Sports tonight for the first time with the family. Oh, in the building.
Come down and say
We'll
hi.
say, hey,
We'll see
then
ya.
Awesome atmosphere. Everyone is very friendly. Let's go. Well, you haven't met D-Line yet.
you haven't met
Let's
him.
go,
Yeah.
Nuggets.
I'll come ruin that for sure.
All right, everybody. Nuggets in Sacramento. Don't let them light the beam. Game starts now. Hit that like button on the way out. We'll see you on the other side.
We all silly like the mayor.